नमस्ते बिटिया, खुश रहो बिटिया। Myself, JVN Dr. Ritu Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Gynae Ops, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur, Rajasthan. Today, session is oogenesis. The process involved in the development of a mature ovum is called oogenesis. The primitive germ cells take their origin from the yolk sac at the about the end of third week and their migration to the developing gonadal which is completed round about the end of fourth week. In the female gonads, the germ cells undergo a number of rapid mitotic divisions and differentiate into oogonia. The number of oogonia reaches its maximum at 20th week, numbering about 7 million, while the majority of oogonia continue to divide. Some enter in the prophase of first meiotic division and are called primary oocyte. These are surrounded by plate cells and are called primordial follicles and are present in the cortex of the ovary. At birth, there is no more mitotic divisions and all the oogonia are replaced by primary oocytes which have finished the prophase of the first meiotic division and remain in resting phase between prophase and metaphase. Total number of primary oocytes at birth is estimated to be about 2 million. The primary oocyte do not finish the first mitotic division until puberty is reached. At puberty, some four-leg primary oocytes are left behind, the rest being atretic. Out of these, some 400 are likely to ovulate during the entire reproductive period. Maturation of the oocytes. The essence of maturation is reduction of the number of chromosomes to half before the onset of first meiotic division. The primary oocyte double in DNA by replication. So they contain double the amount of normal protein content. There are 22 pairs of autosome which determine the body characteristics and one pair of sex chromosome named double X. The first stage of maturation occurs with full maturation of the ovarian follicle just prior to ovulation, but the final maturation occurs only after fertilization. The primary oocyte undergoes first meiotic division, giving rise to secondary oocyte and one polar body. The two rare of unequal size. The secondary oocyte contains haploid number of chromosome that is 23x, but nearly all the cytoplasm and the small polar body also contains half of the chromosome 23x. But with scanty cytoplasm, ovulation occurs soon after the formation of the secondary oocyte. There is picture of different type of phases of ovulation. The first phase, mature Graafian follicle on the average of ovulation, and B, ovulation with discharge of secondary oocyte surrounded by cumulus oophrus, and C is the formation of corpus luteum. D, secondary oocyte after first maturation division with formation of first polar body, and E is the microscopic structure of corpus luteum. The secondary oocyte completes the second meiotic division, homotypical, only after fertilization by the sperm in the fallopian tube, and result in the formation of two unequal daughter cells, each possessing 23 chromosome 23x. The larger one is called the mechoium and the smaller one is called second polar body, containing the same number of chromosomes. The first polar body may also undergo the second meiotic division. In the absence of fertilization, the secondary oocyte does not complete the second meiotic division and generates as such chromosome nomenclature. The number designated the total number of chromosome in numerals followed by sex chromosome constitution after structure of a mature worm. A fully mature worm is the largest cell in the body and is about 130 microns in diameter. It consists of cytoplasm and a nucleus, with its nucleus which is eccentric in position and contain 23 chromosome 3x. During fertilization, the nucleus is converted into a female pronucleus. The ovum is surrounded by a cell membrane called vitelline membrane. There is a outer transparent mucoprotein envelope, the zona pellucida. The zona pellucida is penetrated by tiny channels which are thought to be important for the transport of the material from the granulosa cell to the oocyte. In between the vitelline membrane and the zona pellucida there is a narrow space called pre-vitelline space which accommodates the polar body. The human oocyte, after it escapes from the follicles, retain a covering of granulosa cells known as the corona radiata, which derive from Columns oophrus. This session is powered by digital version 2.0 JVWU. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.